my peepers. Welcome to Tea Time with Friday Reads and Color and Information. I'm not showing any whips. I have a ton of books to show you, and I'm missing one. Hold on. I gotta find out where I put it. Where did I put it? There it is. Okay, we're all set. I know this is a day late. It's been one of those weeks. So, tea. Today's tea is maple sugar flavored black tea. Ingredients is black tea, maple brittle, cocoa beans, flavors, pink peppercorn, vanilla, sea salt, and citric acid. This is something that Lisa got. It's www.in, is it, I don't know what you call that, hyphen or whatever, tea.net. And I don't like maple flavor, but it's not strong. It's just a subtle taste, so it's really, really good. So that is this week's tea. And that's it. Drinking it out of my North Carolina aquarium mug that I got 2 years ago. So, all my books. I have read 8 books since my last video. Can you believe it? I have been on I have not colored at all. I've been reading and reading and reading. And I've got the Kindle so that I could listen to it, do text to speech so I could color, and I have not done that. So the first book we are going to talk about, let me find it. It's Rancher in Training by Marie Johnston. And let me tell you a little bit about it. Deputy Farrah James arrests bad boys. She doesn't date them. So when an ex-con with a fiery past returns to town, she ignores the criminal things he does to her pulse. Behind bars, Jesse Rodriguez and his wicked looks were easy to dismiss. But as a free man with a life to reclaim, he's never been more dangerous to her or her job and the ranch that depends on her paycheck. When stopping to help a stranded motorist puts Jesse on the radar of the local deputy for once, he doesn't complain. After all, Farrah is just as cute as he remembers. Too bad she's also an icy professional who doubts he's a changed man. He's willing to give her up as a lost cause and make his way out of town until an accident strands him at the ranch next door. Crossing paths on duty is one thing, but seeing how good Jesse is with his hands threatens everything she's ever worked for. But Farrah is not the only one taking a risk, and he won't torch his future again, even if it means leaving her in his rearview mirror for good. I received this from Inkslinger for a book review and a blog tour. I gave this a 4 out of 5 star. I forgot to mark that. And my thoughts are, when people find out that Farrah is seeing Jesse, then her job is in jeopardy. And no one can get over his past except for Farrah's parents. When neighbors threaten the livelihood of Farrah's family's ranch and the ranch next to hers, then Jesse wants to help find who is doing the deed. Jesse also wants to stay in town and prove his worth to be by his sister and be a great uncle to her baby. I thought this was a great book, and I really liked the characters and how they come together during a storm that hits towards the end of the book. And I liked her and her best friend. Her best friend works in the fire department, and he's the one that takes Jesse in and lets him stay with him in exchange for him fixing up his farm and his house. So I recommend that. And then I read Siren in Bloom Oops. Siren in Bloom. Just hold on a second. It takes a while for this. Siren in Bloom. Why is it not doing what I want? Okay, Siren in Bloom is the 6th book in a series. And it's by Lexi Blake. It's the Texas Siren series, book 6. Lexi Blake writing as Sophie Oak. I will read you what the blurb says and then what I said. For psychologist Leo Mayer, peace and comfort come through strict discipline and order. It's one of the reasons he was chosen by Julian Lodge to be the dom in residence at his club. His time there has been a near-perfect existence, filled with a daily routine, free from the chaos of emotional attachment. With the exception of his brief relationship with Shelley McNamara, that is. She may have been the only woman he ever truly loved, but he was confident he had put her out of his mind until she walked into his club on the arm of another man. Shirley McNamara is tired of waiting for her new life to begin. After finally finding freedom from an abusive marriage, she is eager to discover who she really is. After her encounter with Leo Mayer, she knows that the first thing she wants to explore is the lifestyle he exposed her to during their brief time together. She's been promised her new dom will be an excellent fit, but she can't imagine anyone would fill the hole left by Leo until she sees Master Wolf. After a devastating injury forced his retirement from the Navy SEALs, Wolf has been restless and lost. Hoping to reconnect with his estranged family in Dallas, Wolf accepted a new job working for Julian Lodge. His first assignment is training a beautiful woman named Shelley. Her fiery nature unlocks feelings he didn't know he was capable of after a life spent in combat. The closer they become, the more certain he is that she is his ideal mate. The only catch is that her relationship with Leo may not be as resolved as they both believed. Just when Shelley believes the looming shadow of her deceased husband has finally cleared away, a dangerous killer arrives at her door, seeking retribution. Leo and Wolf will have to put their grievance aside, leverage all their training, and work together to keep her safe and claim her heart. I did give this a 4-star. Because the storyline was great. And the writing. I had a huge problem with the DBSM part of the book. If this type of world really exists, then it is not known to all doms. I found this part of the book emotional abuse and having no self-respect. I will make sure to stay away from these types of books in the future. There is a ton of this DBSM in this book and in the club, and it's like a cult to me that was going on. I received this from Inkslinger for review to do a blog tour, and like I said, I did not like the lifestyle that was in this book, but I liked it was very well written. So I had to give it a 4-star. Otherwise, I would have given it a 3. And like I said, I'm going to start paying more attention to books that have that DBSM in it. So that is that book. And then I read The Perfect Family. See if I can find it. Perfect Family by Shalini Boland. And this says, Gemma Ballantyne is getting ready for work one morning when her eldest child comes running down the stairs, saying the words every mother dreads. The front door is open and her 6-year-old daughter has disappeared. Frantic with fear, Gemma starts a nail-biting search for her little girl. After what feels like forever, her mother-in-law, Diane, finds Katie wandering lost a few streets away. Relieved to have her youngest child back in her arms, breathing in the sweet scent of her hair, Gemma thinks the nightmare is over. But then her perfect family starts to fall apart, and she realizes it's only just the beginning. I gave this 4 stars. And my thoughts are, as Gemma's job keeps her busy and her husband also has a job with different hours every day, then the solution is to hire a nanny. Also, their other daughter, Eva, has punched another child, so it seems that things are out of control. And on top of that, Gemma's car's vandalized. But is the nanny the solution? As more and more things come into play, it looks like the nanny is there to take away Gemma's family. As things come to a head, then more discoveries are found, and just when you think you have it all figured out, another twist comes in. But then I was starting to have my doubts as well. I received this from Bookouture and NetGalley for an honest review, and I did this as a blog tour. Then the next book that I read was Haunted Be the Holidays by Heather Graham. This is number 91 of 1001 Dark Nights. It's a novella. It's a new story in her Crew of Hunter series. When you're looking for the victim of a mysterious murder in a theater, there is nothing like calling on a dead diva for help. Crew members must find the victim if they are to discover the identity of a murderer at large, one more than willing to kill the performers when he doesn't like the show. It's Halloween at the Global Tower Theater, a fantastic and historical theater owned by Adam Harrison and run by spouses of crew members. During a special performance, a strange actor makes an appearance in the middle of the show, warning of dire events if his murder is not solved before another holiday rolls around. Dakota McCoy and Brody McFadden dive into the mystery. Both have a special talent for dealing with ghosts, but this one is proving elusive. With the help of Brody's diva mother and his ever-patient father, who were killed together when a stage chandelier fell upon them, Dakota and Brody set out to solve the case. If they can't solve the murder quickly, there will be no Thanksgiving for the crew. Every 1001 Dark Nights novella is a standalone story. For new readers, it is an introduction to an author's world, and for fans, it's a bonus book in the author series. My thoughts? I gave this a 4-star out of 5. I love holiday romance books, and Halloween is my favorite time of year, as you all know. So combining all this with paranormal is just my cup of tea. This is a novella for a series, but you don't need to read the series to enjoy this or the characters. Also, with only 125 pages, it is a quick read. You learn a little bit about the characters and their life, with also some mystery and paranormal thrown in. This is the second novella I have read for this series, and this did not disappoint me at all. I will look forward to more of these books. I received this from Inkslinger and Evil Eye Concepts for an honest review, and this was for a blog tour. And yes, Miss Pearl is trying to show off. So that was that book. And then I read Shades of Wicked by Janine Frost. This is my paperback. And this says, the This is the first book in the new series of hers. In this thrilling new Night Rebel series set in New York Times best-selling author Janine Frost's Night Huntress world, sexy and ruthless vampire Ian finally meets his match, the Rule Breaker. Master Vampire Ian is unrepentant, shameless, in every shade of wicked. He's made one too many enemies in his 2 centuries of existence, including Dagon, a demon who now lays claim to his soul. Ian's only chance to escape Dagon is to join forces with a law guardian, but he has never been able to abide by the rules for long. The lawmaker. Veritas' normal role is police, judge, and jury to reprobates like Ian, but she has her own axe to grind with Dagon, so if she can use Ian as bait, well, all's fair in love and war, law and war. Izzy scours supernatural hotspots to perfect their trap. Veritas soon realizes Ian's devil-may-care, roguish image hides something much more powerful, and Ian discovers that Veritas has shocking secrets of her own. As they are drawn to each other with a passion as intense as their peril, either love or justice will prevail, but each will have devastating consequences. I gave this also 4 stars. My thoughts. I have not read any other books by this author, but I sure will now. Ian is yummy sounding. A bad boy for sure, and Veritas wants to take him down, but things don't go as she expected them to. They go on the run, and while they do, the feelings between them get hot. As the worst demon is out to get both of them, they are trying to figure out a way to take him down. And the ending leaves you on a cliffhanger, so you have to read the next book, which is not out yet. I received this from Pure Textuality and HarperCollins Avon Books. And this was also a blog tour that I did. You guys getting bored yet? And then I read Snowy Nights at the Lonely Hearts Hotel. Where are you? This is by Karen King. And 29-year-old Saffron Baxter knew her fun holiday plans didn't stand a chance the moment her sister called to say she was stuck abroad with no hope of being home before Christmas. Saffy would just have to abandon thoughts of wild festive parties in the city and head down to remote Cornwall. Because every year her sister hosts a huge Christmas meal for all the single parents in her village, and Saffy knows it'd break her heart to let them down. Arriving as snow starts to fall over the thatched cottages of the little harbor town of Port Brioc, she meets Logan, the tall, fair-haired, blue-eyed, devoted single dad who lives over the road with his adorable daughter Chloe. At first she thinks he might help her make Christmas Day extra memorable, but he just seems convinced she'll never manage, that she's just a party girl who doesn't care about family or anyone's feelings. Maybe he's right. After all, she doesn't want to settle down. She's only there for a few days, but she's still determined to do her sister proud with gorgeous decorations, the most beautiful real tree, complete with extra twinkly lights and delicious mince pies. To make it a Christmas everyone will remember, especially little Chloe. Even if, when the mistletoe comes down, she knows she'll probably never see Logan again. This was a great read. So, like I said, Saffy's sister calls her and asks if Saffy can take over the Christmas party that Hannah and her husband have every year for the single parents in the area. Hannah and her husband, along with their twins, were away when the kids become ill. Then they couldn't make it home when they wanted to because of the weather. But her neighbor Logan will help Saffy. All she has to do is ask. Logan had heard so much about Safi from her sister that he doesn't have much use for her. He is raising his daughter on his own since her mom left her when she was a baby. So Logan sees Safi as a career-minded woman and no time for anyone. As that is going on, Safi's best friends had split up, and one of them came to help her get ready for the Christmas party. I loved getting to know Logan and his daughter Chloe. She was so cute. While reading this, you knew that there would be a connection between Logan and Safi, but they both fight their feelings. Will they finally tell each other how they feel? And will Safi now find time to spend with her family? Time will only tell. I received this from Book Tour for a blog tour, and I gave this 4 stars. And then I read Meant for You by Layla Hagen. Whoops, not that. Where is it? Right there. Meant for You by Layla Hagen. Will Connor lives his life by simple rules. Take care of those he loves. Give 100% to his job and never ignore his instincts. So when he meets Paige, he doesn't plan to ignore their crazy chemistry or the way her pretty smile strips him of all defenses. As a development director of a nonprofit, Paige LaMonica has met her fair share of people. But Will is something else entirely. The hot detective is a little too confident and far too easy on the eye. She loves that he goes toe-to-toe with her at every turn. When Will asks her to attend his sister's wedding with him, she thinks he just wants to throw off his scent some relatives with a penchant for matchmaking. She couldn't be more wrong. Will wants her. When she teases him, he teases her right back. When she pushes his buttons, he repays her with scorching hot kisses. Paige discovers that there's more to Will than she thought. With every layer she peels off, she craves more. But as the daughter of an army man, Paige has never wanted to get involved with someone on the force. Can Will persuade her to give in to their glowing love? I gave this a 5-star rating. That's right, 5 stars. Will Connors is a cop and comes from a big family. He had lost his parents in an accident when he was a teenager. Growing up with his siblings has made them all close, and they're always there for each other. Paige also has a few siblings as well, and they are also close. When Paige is asked to get the inn her grandmother owned ready to sell, she meets Will, and the sparks and sexual tension starts from the beginning. Paige has loved her job, but her boss is making it harder for her to like it. Things also change for Will that he needs to find something to do. He has always bought and flipped houses, plus owns many places that he rents out. The romance and the sex will want you to read even more. I read this all in one day, and I received this from Inkslinger for an honest review. Highly recommend it. And then, yes, one more book. I read Falling for the Playboy by Kennedy Fox. This says, never trust a man who gets paid to take off his clothes for a living and then uses it as a pickup line to get girls in bed with him. That should have been enough for me to call in sick that day. I've worked with male cover models like him before, and they're all the same. Smooth talking, sexy as sin, egotistical know-it-alls who think they are God's gift to women. All traits I know to steer clear of. Assistant authors comes with many perks. Reading on the job, using my organizing skills on a daily basis, drinking coffee by the gallons. But Maverick Kingston barges into my life and demands more than I can handle. When we are forced to road trip across the country together, he pushes every boundary I have and rearranges my thoughts on playing it safe. And when he accidentally drops his towel, he makes it very clear what he's offering and proves he's packing more than abs of steel under his clothes. Working with him was brutal, but falling for him was unexpected, and playing by the rules will be impossible. My thoughts? I gave this 4 stars. Olivia works as an assistant to a best-selling author, Rachel. Rachel has her running ragged, even shopping for her and taking her dog for walks. Olivia has no free time, even when at home she is working. I did not like Rachel too much. She was way too demanding and expected Olivia to do like the job of 3 to 4 people. Maverick is an up-and-coming model, but right now is a model for Rachel's romance covers. When he needs to be at some book signing is when everything starts. Because of a tragedy in his past, he won't fly. So Olivia has to pick him up and drive him to wherever they need to be. She insists he is a playboy, and he insists she is a priss. With all this banter going on between them, I was laughing out loud. Of course, since it is a romance, you know that they will end up together, but getting to the end is what was fun reading this book. They also had to prove to each other that they were not who the other thought they were. I recommend this book for romance readers, and I received this from Inkslinger for review. And that's all my books, because I am reading another one right now, and I'm not that far into it. I will turn that off. So that is everything that I had read since the last time. Right now I am reading, what am I reading? Where is it? Last Night by Helen Pfeiffer, Pfeiffer. It's the 3rd book of a Lucy Harwin series, but I haven't read the other 2. It's very good so far. And this is the reading weekend with Shadow Lounge monthly readathon. So now I will tell you, let's see, what can you stare at? You can just stare at that while I'm talking. That's my Kindle. So now I will tell you what's going on in the coloring news. So, for November on YouTube, I am co-hosting with Sharon Sanctuary, coloring in Bennett Klein. I know you've only seen 1 video so far. I'm sorry about that. My son ended up having surgery this week. I've been taking care of him, so I did not get to make my videos as planned, but this week I will be. Zoe Archer is doing Disney Delights. Grace's coloring corner is Mardal Rubio. Dream in Color is Hannah Lynn Christmas. Color and Chat with Sammy is out of the book Serene. Images picked for subscriber/buddy color. Color with Faithful Girl 1978 is Coloring Sienna and the Deer Enchant the Garden and the Deer Enchant by Michelle Tracy. It's 4 weeks long. Bibliophile Colorist is doing pictures out of Fabiana Antonaggio books. And the Modernist Colorist is Dev, and he's doing Momovember, which is Momo Girl. If we do the Streamathon, which would be next weekend, we need a host because Sammy is not doing it this time. So if anybody wants to be a host for the Streamathon for hashtag color like nobody's watching, then please speak up. I can't do it. Okay, November, Facebook. I did not check this past week to see what else was added, so I am not sure. But I have my Bennett Klein on my Facebook group, and Nikki Jane has a color along for postcard coloring to get maybe Christmas postcards colored, and you can send them out. Let's color today. Main subject: must be able to swim. Realistic or magical, cute or scary, such as sea monsters, mermaids, fish, octopus. The coloring tips and tutorials with Faithful Girl 1978 is anything with food. Also, she's doing Sienna and the Deer by Michelle Tracy. And anything with food, and use color palette chosen, she says. Hannah Lynn's Whimsical Adult Coloring this week was out of Sweet and Simple coloring book, and it was Carly's Catch. Hannah Lynn Art VIP Lounge is doing the Fall Dragon Lean. It's really cute, and it's $1.99 a month to be part of the VIP Lounge. Molly Harrison Fantasy Art Coloring Group. Use shades of greens, blues, aqua, and turquoise, white, and skin tones. Hannah Carlson's Coloring Club, November 7th through the 21st, is citrus with a twist. Choose any picture and give it a citrus colors. You also can use a touch of any other color in black and white for blending and shading. Johanna Basford Your Pages, November 1st through the 14th. Fall Colors Challenge. Any tree, forest scene. Browns, reds, golds, yellow, orange, and greens, and white for details. And again, this weekend is the Shadow Lounge monthly readathon, and it ends Sunday night. Marjorie Sarnot's Creative Coloring Group is an ugly sweater challenge. Complimentary pages given. November on Instagram is Sammy, hashtag coloring get cozy into fall, and she's doing Serene, and it's hashtag Buddy Serene November. December YouTube, I am doing pictures by the artist of Tanya Bogima Stalova. Coloraroo is Christmas/winter pages. Zoe Archer is a Christmas celebration. Grace's Coloring Corner is Finish Those Whips. Whips are works in progress. And Anne from A Colorful Life, I am not sure if she's still doing the 12 Days of Giving, international included. I'm not sure about that yet. And nothing on Facebook yet or Instagram for December. Now, since next year is only, a month and a half away, I will tell you my color along for January is Micah Jelena. So anything by Micah Jelena we will be coloring. And also, I would like to start doing buddy colors again, 1 a week. And I want to work out of coloring books I own and have not colored in yet. So, I'm trying to figure out. I think starting in my next video, I will show the book that I want to do for my first buddy color the first week of January. And then I'll color up to 2 other people in a page. I don't want to do more than that because then it's too much chatting. You know, I like to message with people while I'm coloring, and it gets too much when you have more than 2 people. So that's what my plans are for next year. Color alongs and buddy colors. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I know I didn't show any color and whips, but that's because I have not colored this week. I will be getting back to my schedule next week, this coming week, I mean, and yeah, I will talk to you all later. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, click on like, and don't forget to subscribe to find out more information. Bye-bye.